All right, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? It's real late at night, so I don't have a lot of time on my hands. Um, People are talking about Mike Norvell and Florida State, how what they're expected to do. Well, I've kind of made a video about it. I'm gonna go into deeper detail about why I said what I said. I do think they're gonna improve in 2022. I think they're gonna have more success. They're gonna lose close games, with the exception of LSU. Um, and I talked about the LSU game already. I might put that link in the description and the comment section just to get more viewers. um, Florida State will do better for a few reasons. This is Mike Norvell's third year. He's won before at Memphis. Same situation. They hardly won any games. They eventually worked their way to a New Year's Six game right before he left in 2019. Um, he's been recruiting a lot better. He's had people coming from the transfer portal a lot better. Um, and even this past year, they lost their first four games, but after that, they went on to win five of their next seven. You know, five of their next eight. Excuse me. They finished 5-7, but they did beat Miami. They did beat North Carolina. Both teams who are clearly more talented than Florida State was last year and probably right now, but they still got the job done. And they had competitive games outside of the Wake Forest game. Very close game in overtime with top 10 Notre Dame. Had a fluke loss to Jacksonville State, excuse me. Got blown up by Wake Forest, but they were moving the ball. They just, it is what it is. They couldn't get points like they needed to. But Wake Forest finished in the top 25. They lost to Louisville. Whatever it is, what it is. They lost to Clemson on the road after winning 3 games in a row, which is big for FSU, something that hadn't been done since 2017. And it's Clemson. They haven't beaten them since 2014. That might change this year. And then they lost to NC State at home. NC State, who's a top 25 caliber team last year, probably top 15 for this year. Then they went and lost to Florida. And people say Florida didn't have a head coach, but Florida played better without their coach in that game than they did the whole season, except for the Alabama game. So, for those things, again, you've had a coach who's been there for 2 years. This is about to be a third year. Recruiting's gone up, and the transfer portal has really helped them. And building a relationship with his players and establishing himself has already been done. So now it's about maintaining what he wants and being able to enforce it better. And again, it's his program now. There's not much of the Willie Taggart era left as far as players. Nobody else from Jimbo Fisher's staff. Offensive line is blocking better. It's going to continue to block better. And I noticed something about Jordan Travis. He's played so much better this past year than he ever did in college football. He was always a runner. When they beat North Carolina, it's because he was able to run the football. He made some deep balls, but he made big throws this past year. He did crucial throws on 3rd down and long, sometimes on 4th down. I expect that to grow also. He won't just be a guy that's good with his legs and can throw pretty decently. I think he might even get drafted after this season. He's going to get better if he stays healthy. I think FSU's run game will improve outside of him running the ball. You'll have running backs, most likely Trey Benson. Defense will play better, continue to play better. It wasn't a top 25. I think it was a top 35 defense or something like that, but still a good defense. So that'll get better. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a top 15, top 20 defense, not top 10. They need more elite players than what they have. But those are the reasons why I think they'll do better. 7 or 8 games with losses to LSU, who's more talented. NC State, I said they're going to go undefeated. Not Florida. Miami. It's at Miami, so they'll probably lose. And that 4th game, they might lose to either Florida or Clemson. But either one of those teams are beatable, given that they're both at home. But let's say worst case scenario, let's say they lose those games. They end up 7-5. Maybe Louisiana, they're a pretty good team. Their coach, Billy Napier's with Florida, but he left behind a really good football team, so the FSU has to play them. They may lose that game somehow. I don't know. But everybody else, Louisville, Boston College, Syracuse, they should beat those guys. So that's just my opinion. But 7-5 at worst, 8-4, 9-3 at best, maybe. But Norvell shouldn't go anywhere. I think Florida State's going to make a bowl game and maybe win it. So that's just my opinion on FSU.